JJ, thank you for talking to us just a little bit about a tiered activity that you did in your classroom. So I'm going to start by just asking you to give us a summary of the activity.
Okay. So essentially, the day before, I had students complete a ticket out the door to assess how well they understood and grasped the basic concepts of what we were discussing. So I used that to group students into 3 tiers: a remedial tier, a I need more practice tier, and I got it, let's go on to the next level with this tier. And so when the groups came in the next day, when the students came in the next day, the groups were written on the board, and each student in the group picked up a slip of paper specific to them with their task for the day. Within those tiers, essentially the first group's job was to watch a video and do a reading and use those to supplement their notes, and they had questions to answer in regards to remediating what they should have learned or what they didn't quite get the first time around. The second tier, their job was essentially more practice with what we've done. They got it, but they weren't quite solid yet. And then the third tier, we got it, let's push it, let's challenge it. So I gave them some upper level, higher order thinking questions to work with.
Okay, so in summary, you had them into 3 groups based on the previous day's assessment, based on their understanding of the material.
That's right.
I still don't have it group. I sort of have it, but maybe a little more practice group, and I've got it, I can move on group.
That's correct.
So did you position yourself with one of those groups, or did you rotate between all of those groups?
Yeah, I floated between all 3 of them, checking on all of them and answering questions from each group. At first it was really like, okay, here's what I'm asking you to do, kind of explaining what I had already put on paper for them. But after that, it was really walking around, keeping them on task, and explaining material again, maybe in a different way than it's been explained before.
If you had a co-teacher, you did not for this particular
That's
class.
correct, I did not.
But if you had had a co-teacher, how would you have utilized that co-teacher in that scenario?
Well, floating between 3 groups really stretched me. So I would say having that co-teacher maybe sit with one group or float between 2, and I float between 2 as well and kind of overlap a little bit would have been nice. But I've been told by an expert in differentiation that maybe the top tier, the tasks should have been designed where they would have been completely independent.
Yes. Having that top group working independently would free you up a little bit. They're still going to have questions because they're kids, but I think you're on the right track.
Thank you.
Thank you for sharing.